Let me explain how we have evolved over the time the small airboxes and the foam filters for the RG auxiliary tanks. You can see the clear differences on the first side between the foam filters. This is the first generation, this is new generation. But we have changed also the airboxes. This one that is more squarish, it's first generation, and this one more two are the same, roundish, it's the latest new generation. The easiest way to recognize them, the old version has the heat sensor mounted from the side, while the new generation has the place to mount the heat sensor from the back. Another identification of the old version of the airbox are the brass thread inserts. They cannot be replaced, so you cannot put there a new type of cage. If you want to use this latest generation of the pre-old foam filter that is a little bit bigger than the first generation, so you need to have the airbox where is the heat sensor mounted from the back side, yeah, and this type of cage with a single center bolt. Yeah, doesn't matter if the cage is metal or plastic. Yeah, in both cases it's compatible with the new foam filter. If you have in your motorbike combination of the old foam filter but the new type of airbox, so you remove the foam filter and the frame. Now you remove these bolts and nuts. Now prepare the arm and the two self-tapping screws. It looks like from the top that there is not hole, but it's not true. Yeah, when you look from the bottom, so there is a hole for the screws. Yeah, here is a small mark. Yeah, so to make it easier, the screwing, I suggest you put it here and you press it a little bit so you make the mark a little bit bigger. Yeah, on both sides. So you have the arm. Prepare the Torx 20. You go diagonally inside the airbox. You hold it from the bottom with your fingers. Yeah. You take the self-tapping screw, hold it there. Oops. Take the Torx, and at the beginning it's fine just to catch it. Yeah, and you can do the second one. In fact, the same way. What is important first that you screw it in, but when you start feeling that you are already touching the surface, yeah, so then you go very carefully. It's fine to go another quarter of turn, maximum half turn, yeah, because if you do more, it's possible, but you might destroy the plastics. Yeah, and it's not necessary. Even now, it's very stable there. Now you take the original rubber intake. We need to get it in. So press it here in the middle. Squeeze it like this. Insert it. Yeah, and then you see here is the rim, so you need to get it inside. Yeah. The check is that you see the rim, it's a little bit above the surface of the airbox. On one side, on the other side is lower. Now, here you can see a small mark, yeah, and here is also a small mark, so it has to be aligned, yeah. Now you take the screwdriver and you will tighten the sleeve. What is important to say that this is steel sleeve going against rubber and plastic, yeah? So you should use only appropriate amount of force, yeah? When I see already the tension, I stop and I check, yeah? If I cannot rotate with the Snorkel, so I think it's good enough, so there don't go any dust inside, yeah? And on the other hand, you don't destroy the shape of the airbox. So please be careful with that. The last thing on the small airbox, you put there the tube